Hey everybody, this is Evan Williams from Evan Writes Cars. Today I've got the 2016 Mazda MX-5. That's the ND Miata, or the answer, depending on what forums you frequent. And it's getting tired of sitting around the house, so it was time to take this little guy for a drive. The things you already know about the Miata: 155 horsepower, 2-liter Sky Active 4. Doesn't sound like a lot of power, but this car only weighs about 2,000 pounds, and that's plenty of power in a 2,000-pound car. Unlike the Golf R I had last week, which all I could think was this car would be so much more fun with 205 series tires on maybe 17-inch wheels instead of the 235 19s it had. Well, that's exactly what this car has, and I'm exactly right. This car is a ball at real speeds. I am not speeding on this road, and I'm having a ton of fun. You get on the gas in a corner, you get on the gas a little, you can feel the front end just kind of lighten up and push. Get on the gas a lot, and it rotates. There's enough power to make it rotate. You could break it completely loose if you wanted to, but the sight lines aren't that good and the road's not that wide, so I don't think I'll be doing any drifting. Now, the road I'm on is quite a high limit, which is nice. I'm kind of going into the fog in and out, hoping for the sun by the time I get to the beach. But you can see I've got the top down, I've got the windows down, and it's not that loud in here. It's pretty quiet. The other thing is that there's a surprisingly large amount of space in this car. I'm not a small guy. I'm about 6'3". I'm not light. Mostly torso, and I do fit in this with the roof down, or with the roof closed, I should say. My head is just kissing the fabric, but it's not uncomfortable. It's not claustrophobic. I'm not staring into the header, windshield header, like I did on the older models. This car has the manual sport Recaros, which are lovely soft Alcantara with red piping. And at 90 kilometers an hour, you can still hear me talking. So, like I said, that's quite impressive. Not a lot of buffeting, except for where my head's really sticking up. So yeah, the roof down, high speed. You can't hear the engine, even at higher revs. Unfortunately, it is it's not the best sounding 4-cylinder in the world, but it does sound, rather nice. There is an induction sound enhancer, so you can hear more intake noise, but it's not too bad. It is a little noisier with the roof up. The exhaust does seem to drone more. That's fairly common with convertibles. I haven't driven one yet that's not a little louder. Less wind buffeting, but more exhaust drone with the roof up. But it's never obnoxious, it's never too loud. It's very comfortable either way. Even cruising at 110, or it's at about 70 miles an hour on the highway with the roof down, you can still have a conversation with the person next to you. You can maybe hear the exhaust now. I'm in a bit of a 50 zone, so wind noise is a little bit lower. Get an idea of what it sounds like. This road's rutted enough that I'm a little bit worried about catching the sump, but seems to be okay. This road could use a little bit of work. The MX-5 is, like I mentioned, it's really light. It's nimble. It plays around. It doesn't bounce, but you can feel it move. You toss it into a corner, you can tell what the front end's doing. You can tell what the back end's doing because the back wheels are almost underneath you. It's really easy to put it where you want and adjust it to be where you want it to be with the throttle. What that means is it's fun at usable speeds. You don't have to double the limit to have fun. Sure, it will double the limit. It's an immensely capable handling car, but you don't have to have a good time. For me, that's a really big deal because, well, like lots of you, I enjoy not having any points on my license, and I enjoy reasonably priced insurance. In my case, driving too quickly could cost me my job. I really don't want that. I want to point out that all this driving, which I'm leaving it in a much lower gear than I normally would, just for cruising, I'm still getting 6.5 liters per 100 kilometers, which is somewhere just shy of 40 miles per gallon. And that's a really good number. Of course, as soon as I leave the beach, the sun's out. Talk a little bit more about the car itself. This is a MX-5 GS, 6-speed manual, which means with the manual transmission it gets a limited slip differential. It gets Bilstein shocks, the induction noise enhancement system, you know, whatever. This also has the Sport Package. What the Sport Package gives you are 17-inch gloss black wheels, gives you Brembo brakes, opposed pistons, so no floating caliper, better feel, better braking performance. They're bright red. That, of course, is, you know, they'll stop you 10 feet shorter right there. It also gives you these Alcantara seats. I think I already mentioned them, with regular leather trim, red piping, red contrasting stitching on the steering wheel and on the shifter, and on the parking brake. It's a lot of extra money for those couple of features, but they are really nice seats. They're very comfortable. They're very well bolstered. They hold you in place. So in summary, if you're looking for a two-seat sports car, something to have fun on a sunny day, something to have fun on a windy road, something to make it nicer and help you experience a little bit more every drive you go on, whether it's because of the amazing road feel, the way you can feel the steering through your fingertips, the way you can change the angle with the throttle, the way you can feel the nose lighten with more. The Miata is an amazing car for doing that. If you don't need the extra space, if you don't need the extra seats, and let's face it, most of us don't, this is an amazing car. This is one of the most fun cars around right now, and certainly one of the best values. And I highly recommend it to, like I said, to anyone who's looking for a smaller sports car. So that's it for this week from Evan Writes Cars Video Reviews. Please be sure to subscribe, or like the videos, or leave any feedback you have in the comments. Thanks for joining me. Bye.